Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer's Saturday Horror Reviews, episode 38, I believe. Okay, and the movie that I'm reviewing is Westworld, 1973, I believe. This came out in 1973. Let me make sure, double check that. Yeah, 1973. Okay. Yeah, it came out in 1973. And this is, okay, was written and directed by Michael Crichton. Okay. And that scary individual, looking individual right there, of course, is Yul Brynner. Okay, and it takes place in the future. The story takes place in the future, and it's basically the story about set in the future uh, at this for this company named Delos. They have it's vacation for the rich. Okay, where they spend $1,000 a day uh, for a vacation spot, which is basically manned by robots. They have three different worlds. I think it's Roman world, Westworld, and I think what's the other one? Westworld, Robot World, and I think the other one is uh, Westworld, Roman World, and Medieval World. That's right, Medieval World. Okay, and it's where rich people go to vacation, where they have these realistic scenarios where robots, basically tend to your every need, and they recreate the West, medieval times, and Roman times, and people go there, and they basically indulge themselves. And our two protagonists, or heroes, in this case, are played by James Brolin and Richard Benjamin. Okay, okay, Richard Benjamin plays Peter Martin, and James Brolin plays John Blaine. Okay, and James Brolin's character, John Blaine, has been a veteran, so he's been to Western World before, and he's taking his friend Richard there to yeah, Richard Benjamin, Martin's character, there for the first time, and of course, Peter Martin is full of questions. He wants to know how it is and how how things go. You get a gun and all this stuff, and what happens, and he explains to him, and he's a little naive, and he's also, I think, coming off a breakup, I believe. Also, he mentions, and his friend takes him there to get over it. Okay, and they go, and like I said, they arrive by these hovercrafts, and they get to the location, and they change their clothes and to Western gear and all that stuff, and they have guns, and little by little, Peter Martin, Richard Benjamin's character, he starts to get the handle of things. He even has a kind of a showdown in a bar where they're drinking, and where a gunslinger played by Yul Brynner kind of bumps into him and kind of starts something. And James Brolin's character, he kind of eggs Richard Benjamin's character on, and says, "Go ahead, you can shoot, shoot him. He's challenging you." And he actually draws on him and shoots him, and shoots him, and then kills him dead. And they drag the corpse off, and he explains to him, "Listen, yeah, the robots can't, you know, you can't shoot another human, and the robots can't harm you, so it's kind of safe. You can shoot them, okay, but they can't shoot you." Okay, so of course, and he also indulges in spending time in a brothel, and and even uh, gets arrested. Even they do even a jailbreak when Richard Benjamin's character kills the gunslinger again for a second time, who comes back, and he kills him for a second time, and he gets locked up, and then James Brolin stages a breakout from the cell, and they kind of hide out. Okay, but during the course of this, and they also show you the other scenarios, like the medieval scenarios with the lesser actors. Uh, there's one actor in particular that's basically going to duel the Black Knight for the honor of the Queen that he wants to, and he's indulging in that. And they show little brief flashes of Roman world, which is kind of a more sexy thing, but they don't really show that much of it. I guess because 1973 standards, you can't really show what really goes on, but you kind of imply what's going on in there in that scenario. But and they also show you the behind the scenes where the robots, are being worked on by the staff and stuff. And then they slowly but surely during the course of the movie, uh, the first part of the movie is kind of fun, but slowly but surely it happens over time. The robots start to malfunction. Okay, and you can tell, and they're trying to figure it out. The technicians, what's happening, until finally, uh, Yul Brynner characters comes back for the third time, and it gets really real. He comes back for the third time, and it gets very real, and basically he starts hunting uh, Richard Benjamin's character. He starts hunting him, and I was reading a bit of the behind the scenes stuff, and a quote from John Carpenter. He said he based his character of Michael Myers on Yul Brynner's character in this movie, the gunslinger, who's basically relentless. And he did remind me of a Terminator in this movie because he's basically hunting Richard Benjamin's character all throughout the West, and even crosses over. Richard Benjamin's character running crosses over into medieval world, okay, to try to get away from Richard and Yul Brynner's character, who keeps the gunslinger, who's like relentless. He doesn't say much. He just stalks him, and he has this walk that's just relentless. And he's constantly after Richard Benjamin, and Richard Benjamin basically has to fight for his life. And it's a really good. So I would call this a Western sci-fi horror, because the horror part for me is of course Yul Brynner's character, who, because there's a guy I think that even mentions like a technician, he runs into Richard Benjamin while he's fleeing in the desert, and he explains to the guy. He said, "Listen, I got this robot. It's malfunctioning. He's after me. What do I do? How do I stop him?" He said, and he gives him a few suggestions. But he said, "Listen, it doesn't matter. This guy's gonna get you. It doesn't matter. He's gonna come get you." Basically, he tells him, "Listen, basically you're effed. That that this robot's gonna come. He's gonna get you. He wants you. He's gonna get you." So it's sort of like the Terminator, or Michael Myers, and the relentlessness that they keep coming. So I guess Yul Brynner's character was the first, technically first kind of Terminator in a way. Anyway, I'm gonna give this movie, and like I said, the first part of the movie is kind of light, but then it gets solely serious. I'm gonna give this movie a Westworld a 7.5. I enjoyed Westworld a lot. Okay, I know there's a sequel called Future World, and I think there was a TV show too based on this, on the movie. So, which I never seen. But Future World I might get just to see. I think that was the movie, but I think there's a TV show that goes. But anyway, let me know what you think of Westworld. Have you seen it? What do you think? Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trepacer saying so long and take care.